What's up guys, welcome back to an episode of Dirtnation Offroad. So today what we're doing is introducing our 2017 Toyota Tacoma into SEMA 2020. Now, for those of you that are regular Dirtnation followers, you guys already know the truck. Here it is. She's here, same as always, same old business. For you new people, those of you that are coming over from SEMA 360, you checked out the show, you saw our YouTube page, welcome. Hope you guys stick around, hope you guys enjoy this video, hope you guys enjoy any other videos that you take a look at. Looking forward to chatting with all of you in the future. But anyways, SEMA, let's talk about SEMA a little bit. We went to SEMA last year. It was a blast. It was before 2020, obviously it was SEMA 2019. It was before all the limitations that have been placed on our lives since this pandemic and everything that's going on with that. And SEMA definitely wasn't safe from that either. So SEMA went from becoming this week-long show celebration of thousands of people and hundreds of vehicles just being showcased and put on display, and new products and shows and SEMA Ignited and burnouts and hoonigans and everything. All that stuff. It went from being that to now being a online thing only. So now we're presented with SEMA 360, which is 100% online, in which companies can now showcase their vehicles through videos, photos, 360 type videos, even video chats. You're able to still video chat with people, representatives, if you want to be face to face with somebody in some way, talk to them about their products. All that stuff is available now with SEMA 360. Now, getting back to the Tacoma, before everything went down, we had started a partnership with Westin Automotive / Super Winch, and since then things have been absolutely wonderful. Westin is the type of brand that we want to work with. They support the message, they support the brand 100%, and these guys are savages. They go out and wheel just like us. They don't take no crap. They're just out here to have a good time. They know what we're about, that, and they fit right in with what Dirt Nation does and what we're trying to build. So working with them has been nothing but a pleasure. But since then, we've started to gear up this Tacoma for SEMA 2020. Obviously thinking that this was going to be in a booth, which was going to check off something for my bucket list for this truck and for this brand. Because I believe when it comes to SEMA and the type of vehicles you typically see there, I think we can stand out from the crowd in a good way and in a bad way. Viewers of the channel, you guys know how we are. We're not nice to our vehicles. We really beat the crap out of them, and I was looking forward to seeing reactions, whether they be positive or negative, of people seeing this truck and how she looks after 3 years of usage and 2 years of really hardcore abusage. And we're not gonna really get to see that, but that's okay. We'll have next year and the years after to do things like that. So what we'll do next is start doing a walk around of the Tacoma. We'll show you some of the upgrades, some of the things that have been done to the truck, and everything in between. Along the way, we'll show you some footage, some clips, and I'll give you some general feedback on that stuff. If you guys have any questions about anything specific, comment below, do all that good stuff. But for now, we're gonna get to it. Hope you enjoy. So getting started, first off, I will say, this is pretty much how you will see the truck on any given weekend when we go wheeling. Flag flying out, got the recovery boards on the side, spare tire on the top, kinetic rope hanging out the back of the bed into the hitch because we're always ready to recover somebody just in case. I gave her a light wash before doing this video. Other than that, this truck's always dirty. It's always filthy. I almost never wash it, and that's just because we're always wheeling it all the time. It doesn't make sense to spend a bunch of money washing the truck when it's just going to get dirty again within a couple days. So that's kind of just how that is. But we're going to get started on the rear and talking about everything here and then moving our way forward. Starting first with the rear. Now, I'm going to just get out of the way. Yes, we broke a tail light. We did that out in Parker, Arizona. That's just kind of things that happen. And then this tail light over here, this one, the truck flexes so hard because it doesn't have a sway bar that I broke the mounts. This light, I already have it. It's chilling in the back right there. I'm going to put the new one on, but for now, it is taped on because why not? But also over here, big ding on the side. Very good stuff. Anyways, starting off with the rear bumper. The rear bumper is from Westin. It is the Outlaw series bumper with the Outlaw high clearance hitch, which you'll find right here. Now, a normal Tacoma, hitch system is going to come down to right about here with your hitch going in right there, which okay, fine, that works. But I also used to drag mine all the time on everything. And now you can see how beat up it is underneath, because now I'm hitting the bumper itself, which means I'm dragging a lot less in the rear. Able to clear bigger hills, bigger obstacles, steeper climbs. It's very useful. There's other bumpers that they've offered, and I've continued to stick with this one because this is the bumper that I like. I like the high clearance Hitch system, and I like being able to just, you know, make steeper climbs and do all that stuff. So we're gonna continue rocking with this bumper. Might get a new one because we've bent this one quite a few times. We've bent it down and we've bent it back up. Right now it looks kind of straight, but it's not as straight as it when it was brand new. So that's something we might get replaced really soon. Now down here for the hitch itself, when I'm on the trail, I always have the kinetic rope, which is from Westin as well, hooked up, because you never know when you have to pull somebody out. So I always have that ready to go. Very good rope, probably one of the more, you know, underrated items that we've gotten from Westin, because this thing you can just yank people and it does a great job. Use it all the time. Now back to the hitch. So this actually carries the same factory specs as a regular 17 Tacoma. It can tow about 6,500 pounds, and I've towed with it already. I towed one of our members' Jeeps, you know, all the way to Arizona. I've towed some cars back from San Diego, helping a friend. This bumper and hitch system has no problem with towing, and obviously no problems with clearance. In addition, the bumper also has these lights, which I'll typically use as kind of a chase light. I'll usually turn these on when it's getting really dusty, if we're going a little faster on the trail, somebody needs to see me, or if it's thick fog, which I haven't really dealt with too much, but we usually turn those on as a chase light. And then you can see here, it does have the 4 little inserts for your sensors. So if you are a Tacoma with parking sensors, you can use this bumper, which is a big plus because it covers pretty much all the Tacomas that you have out there. Up next is the Overland cargo rack, which is also offered by Westin. Now this one that I have, this physical one, is a prototype model. So when the production one comes out, which I know is pretty soon, we'll leave a link below so you guys can check back and reference it if you're trying to get one of your own. But I'll probably be getting a new one from them pending any changes, as well as badging and stuff like that they're going to put on there, because right now it's kind of just plain Jane. But this thing has been pretty useful for us, especially for that sucker right there. 35-inch tire, being able to mount that on the top of your vehicle rather than, because a 35 does not fit on the bottom. In case you guys didn't know, can't mount it on the bottom unless you start cutting and doing all this other stuff. At that point, it's not worth it. Mounting up there is good to go, because anything you mount on this rack clears up space inside your bed so that you're able to put extra camping gear, recovery equipment, tools, you know, camera stuff, all that. We fill this truck bed up all the time, and being able to have this 35 up here helps out quite a bit. This right here is a high lift mount. Now the high lift jack, I don't have it on me right now. I'm letting somebody use it, so that's why it's not there. And then over on this side, we have our traction recovery boards, which these are extremely useful for mud and sand and also ice or snow. Now, since putting this on, we haven't actually had very much snow or any kind of mud because Azusa is closed, but either way, it's always good to have these available just in case you need them. Really good recovery tool. Overall, I find this rack to be pretty useful. In the future, maybe we'll do something with the rooftop tent as we continue becoming more and more Overlander-ish. We're gonna possibly do something like that, because I'm tired of sleeping on the floor in the tent. I don't know about you guys, but that is what it is. Now, a quick side note, wheels and tires. Tires are the Thunderer Track Grip MTs. This is the tires we've been using for a while now. These things grab. They're great tires. I've already talked everyone's ears off about how great these are. Wheels is the Methods. This is the Trail Series, which has a bead grip technology so that it's able to grab on there. You don't have to run a bead lock, and you can air down super low. Very good wheel tire setup. Like this a lot. Now get underneath the wheel well here, you're going to see we do have rock lights, which are also offered by Westin. This is a universal rock light kit. Very popular item when we do raffles, because you can pretty much mount them on anything and they work really well. Find it very useful for recording at night, and they go really well with the rest of the lights that we have on the vehicle, which we'll get into that in a second. Shocks themselves, rear shocks, Bilstein 5100s, nothing fancy right there. Fronts, we'll talk about that in a second. Sliders, Relation race wheels, steel tubed sliders. These things take a beating all the live long day. We're actually gonna be taking these off pretty soon and repowder coating them, because my goodness. And you can see why you need them. That's why you need sliders right there. But the RRW sliders, highly recommend. They do a pretty good job of protecting the vehicle. Continuing along the side, we have Westin in-channel wind deflectors, which I find these things to be pretty useful, especially if you just want to get a little bit of airflow. Us long-haired guys, you guys know what I'm talking about. You need wind flow, but then again, if you just open the window all the way, the hair's blowing all over in your face. We don't like that, all right? We really don't like that. So these help you to be able to roll down your window just a little bit. It'll stop rain from coming in, and you can still get a little bit of circulation without, you know, cranking up your AC all the way. And plus, I just like how they fit the aesthetic of the truck. Shout out to my passenger. It's Halloween, so I got Tatiana hanging out with me all day. Anyways, they're not too tacky. They kind of fit in with how the truck looks. So easy upgrade, easy to install. Really like these. Now, continuing to the front of the truck, there's a lot to talk about. Snorkel Gang Safari Snorkel from ARB. Love this thing. I don't even need to get into that. Snorkels for traction, let's get it. First off, up here, we have the Westin Pro Series bumper, which, same as the Overland cargo rack, this is a prototype bumper. So I will be getting a new one actually within the next month, because they're gonna be launching the new one, which has some badging and some other little updates here and there. But this bumper right here has been a great one for us. Now, you can see the kind of protection that it offers, and us being able to knock it around and do everything like that. This bumper has been pretty great for us, and you can still use any kind of factory skid plate. Like there's our RCI skid plate down there, still able to mount it on there with the bumper. This thing's awesome. The other reason I really like it is that right there. So this is our Super Winch Talon, 12.5 thousand pounds with synthetic rope. Now, the winch has been a banger for us. The capabilities of this truck, they're good, right? We can go do pretty much every trail out there. We can at least try it. But with the winch, now there's a little bit more peace of mind, because we can run trails, we can try harder lines, and if something happens, hashtag Turtle Gang, we can get ourselves recovered just fine. This winch has been great for us. I snapped an axle at Pilot Rock. Guess who saved the day? The winch. This thing has been great for us, and we're using it all the time, not just to winch the Tacoma, but also to winch other people. Usually have it just hooked up right here. Sometimes I'll do it real tight and put it in, you know, flush right there. In addition to the winch, we also have the LED light bar, which I'll just use if I need some low level light, something that's not too high. Let's say I'm, you know, when we were winching, you know, at nighttime, you have that on just so you can see the winch line. And then we also have the LED fog lights, which I find very useful for cutting through that thick fog. Have those actually hooked up to the system for, you know, the Tacoma's fog lights. So turn on the fog lights, those will turn on right there. They're not rigged to any switch or anything. Headed up to the grill, we have the HDX front grill. Now this grill, pretty cool. I really like this thing. Metal mesh, you know, it's all machined out. It says Westin. Maybe got to get one that says Dirt Nation. Westin, think about that. Has LED lights. Now these lights are pretty great for if you just need some quick blinding light. Honestly, if you're pissed off at somebody in traffic, oh, these things are great. I don't recommend that. Road rage isn't a good thing, but if I need some quick, direct, powerful light, this always works every single time. This is my go-to for that. Now, finishing off our light setup with our ditch lights. Now these are the Westin HyperQ B-Force, long name, ditch lights. Now these, what I really like about them, you can see I'm gonna have them a little bit off axis. They're not pointed forward like the rest of the lights or how other people put their ditch lights. They're pointed a little bit out and a little bit diagonal, because what that allows me to do, because the combination of the rock light shooting sideways, this shooting diagonally, and then you have fog lights pointing low and out, and then these lights right here pointing strong and forward. This gives me 180 degree field of view in pitch black darkness, which is so darn useful. People like to criticize this truck for having too many lights. It's all fun and games until you're out there in pitch black and you're the one leading the trail. I can see everything around me with this truck, and that's something that is pretty great. And then wrapping up the front end with suspension, front shocks and struts is the Westin 6112s. Great shock. Definitely really like these. They flex well, they ride well, and I mean, they do everything that I need for them. Control arms is the Solo Motorsports upper control arms with the Uniball. Those will do pretty good for me. Then we also have the bump stop kit from Sumo Springs, which is chilling back there behind the shock. That pretty much rounds out the entirety of the outside of the truck. Now some of the internals, we do have ARB air compressor under the hood, as well as a ARB front locker and the front differential, and then 529 nitro gears throughout the whole truck, which helps her crawl nice and slow and easily. Very good. All right, so that about rounds up our SEMA build on the Tacoma for 2020. Shout out to Feeney, who decided to just show up and block my shot, or kind of, what's that word?
Invade.
Invade? No, what's the word, like when you're in the background?
Backdrop?
No, not backdrop.
We're gonna figure this out.
What's it called when somebody's in the back of the photo?
Are you serious? This is gonna be great.
Photo bomb. It's photo bomb.
Wow.
Woo! Yeah, say action.
Action.
All right, technical difficulties. Shout out to camera gimbals for screwing up, so you adjusted the shot a little bit. Anyways, that rounds out SEMA 2020 and this build. Now, if you guys have any questions about SEMA or any questions about the Tacoma, specifically anything that we covered here, shoot a comment below. We'll definitely get back to you. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. And then as for SEMA itself, we're dropping this on the day that SEMA starts. So you can check the links below and you'll find Westin's SEMA booth, where you'll be able to see the videos we made for the Tacoma, as well as the other vehicles that they have in their SEMA lineup. Now, fun fact about those SEMA videos, yours truly and George from Dirt Nation Off-Road, we went out with Westin and recorded and edited these videos. So if you guys want to show us some support, definitely go check that stuff out. Leave comments, do whatever you got to do. Let us know what you think of them. Looking forward to that. But we're all done here, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe channels, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Patreon. You can also hit us up for shirts at dirtnationoffroad@gmail.com. But other than that, thank you guys. We'll see you again next time.